That's right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of ages. Welcome to the Game Dojo. I am a triumphant host of the Game Ninja, and we are here for another season of House of the Dragon. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody else has been doing their... Oh, by the way, this is my beautiful dragon dagger. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Targaryen by blood. Oh yeah. When we here in the Game Dojo, we do it live. Release Hercules. Oh yes, I ride a dragon too. Pause. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to 24K Movies, Gaming, TV show reviews, and we are here for another season. My mouth is a little bit swollen, so I'm very sorry. So forgive me. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody else has been doing their reviews, but I wanted to wait for us to get at least 5 episodes under our belt so that we can do a 5-episode smash up of what has happened so far this season. Previously on House of the Dragon. I love the intro for this season. Second season's intro is so much better. I mean, I like the first one with the blood and everything else, but this one with the whole little threads and the tapestries, and I like this one a lot better. So anyway, House of the Dragon. This is not going to be a blow-by-blow, but I will tell you, if you haven't watched this season's episodes 1 through 5, the spoiler alert. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you've been warned. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this season has had some ups and downs. Let's do the good, the bad, and the ugly, first of all. I like House of the Dragons. I like Game of Thrones, love Game of Thrones. Wasn't too jazzed about the very final season because of production and, you know, just where they took it. But I remember every single last Sunday, I knew where everybody was. Everybody knew where everybody was. Everybody was watching HBO. On your phone, on the TV, at work. Everybody was trying to watch the House of the Dragon last year, but before that, it was Game of Thrones. House of the Dragon Season 1 had so many different time jumps, and I am still partial to young Rhaenyra. I'm glad we got her again this season. I don't care, even though it was just flashbacks, I'm glad we got her again. I am partial to young Rhaenyra. I said it, I do not like the older Rhaenyra actress. Young Rhaenyra had a passion and a fire about her, and I liked and I bonded more to the actress. Older Rhaenyra has spent more time crying and bitching, and I don't like it. Also, we might as well just jump right into the good, the bad, and the ugly. I don't like that they have Daemon Targaryen in the Chamber of Secrets this season, because Daemon has spent most of this season in this castle and his Harry Potter phase, having visions, even though they've been great visions. I got to see young Rhaenyra again, 100%. He's had some pretty crazy things happen to him, but it just reminds me more of a Harry Potter novel, dark novel. And this is the man who challenged an entire army. He stormed a beach, an entire army he took on himself. This is who Daemon is. Can we get back to that Daemon. Please don't nerf this guy. He is... I mean, we know the books. We know who Daemon is. We know how he ends. We know how Rhaenyra eats it. Because I was going back and watching Game of Thrones while I was watching House of the Dragon, and dumbass Joffrey was speaking about, yeah, she was torn apart by Sunfire in front of her brother, and I don't know if we're gonna go by the books. It seems like they're gonna go by the books, but not to mention Bolero. Look, this season, House of the Dragons, I wanted to see more dragon fights. I wanted to see more dragons, and I know Vhagar is like one of the biggest dragons. They're still out there, but do we have to go off the books? Can't there be like a big dragon during this time that somebody goes and finds, and we have a big gigantic dragon war with oil and tar being spilled and flames and fire everywhere? I know. Wishful thinking. Anyway, I don't like my boy Daemon being nerfed, but there's been so many changes to different people's characters in here. Rhaenys, she's gone. She went out like a straight G, but she's gone. She's gone. She went out like a straight G. I'm gonna give her credit. That was episode 4. She went out like a straight G, but she gone. Sir Cole has got a brand new haircut because, you know, if you're gonna be Sir Dick of the Line, you must look like Sir Dick. And I'm just gonna say, King Ezekiel's granddaughter, flying around the clouds doing her Disney thing, was not paying attention to the ground, flying around up there, missed Sir Cole, and he made it into the woods, and she flying around like, bitch, can't you burn the entire forest down? I'm quite sure you could have ended Cole right then and there, but then again, Rhaenys could have gone back and ended everybody when she literally had the entire family in front of her dragon. Dracarys, story over. Rhaenyra takes the throne. So she got hers, I guess, in the end. Because she could have ended the conflict right then and there and did nothing. Anyway, there's been so many different things and twists and turns this season. It's been a visual feast. Rat catcher, son for son. Oh, you'd never kill a baby. And can I just say this? There's certain things we just don't need to see. All right? Don't need to see. Aemon in a brothel, butt-ass naked. Sir Dingling Dang, walking. Didn't need to see it. But I am going to say, his brother laughing at him, I knew there was going to be hell to pay. I just didn't expect what went down. And I'm going to tell you, King Eye Patch, I don't like him, but I rooted for him in episode 4. The funniest shit I ever seen in my entire life. I held my stomach and laughed from a healthy place. Because his brother, the king, who was feeling himself, his mom told him, like, you know, just sit back and do nothing. You're the king. Like, people are out here going to war for you. Just sit back and do nothing. Do what you've been doing. Go chill with your friends in the armory and in the throne room and, you know, just live your best life. That's what you need to do right now. You know, you're still a kid. But, of course, no, he was feeling himself. He was drinking, got some drink in him, and was like, you know what? I'm going to prove to him and Cole they can't make moves on their own. I got this. Believe that. He got on his dragon, his little Sunfire dragon, and decided to go fly into battle. And I was like, see, from the beginning of the episode, it was going to be Rhaenyra going into battle. And I was like, they're going to jump her. Like, you can't see this as a trap. They're going to jump you. They're going to get you out there so Vhagar, the bigger dragon, can take down a dragon. That's what he wants to do now. That's strategy. Eliminate the dragons. It's no longer a dragon fight. Brilliant. It's a brilliant strategy. I don't know if Eye Patch came up with it or Sir Dick, but either one of them, it was a brilliant strategy. Rhaenys went down there because she was like, well, it has to be me. But I just think she was just done. Her husband been stepping out on her. She lost her children. You know, she just... she really ain't have much left. So, you know, she figured, you know, she had two opportunities to leave that fight scot-free, and she chose not to. So, it is what it is. So, she zigged when she should have zagged, and she got her dragon chumped up around the neck. But the part that I'm talking about is when the king flew into battle and started trying to attack a dragon. Let me see if I can put this to scale for you. Let me see if I can put this to scale for you. Yeah, can we get this? Let me see if I can put this to scale for you. This is the king on his dragon. This is Rhaenys on her dragon. He thought he was going to take her down. Unfortunately, that is not the way it went down. Her dragon started snacking and clawing on him, and tar and oil and all kind of mess was spilling out of him. And the real tragedy is the people below, both sides, was getting oil and tar and hot shit just dripped on them. Hot shit. We're going down, down, baby. Ooster and a lady. Boom, boom, baby. Squinting and let it go. Shimmy, shimmy, cocoa pop. Listen to it now. Light it up and take a puff. Listen to. Anyway, they got drizzled, rotisserie style, with all the hotness that was dripping from the dragon fight. And it's at this point that Sir Eye Patch told his dragon, like, hold on, wait a minute. Let's just see where this goes. And I'm like, that is he still feeling what happened in the brothel? Is he still feeling some hateration from what happened in the brothel? And then he was just like, yeah, he's outmatched. I gotta go protect him. And I was like, here we go. Here comes the jump. Both of their dragons are gonna jump Rhaenys, and she's gonna get jumped. I saw this coming from the beginning. So it was at this point where the king and Rhaenys are fighting that Eye Patch shows up on his dragon. his brother just knew that Eye Patch had showed up to have his back, and they was going to do it together. They had brothers, you know, brothers. We're brothers and we're singing. We got this. And he's fighting Rhaenys, and you're just like, oh, thank God, brother. I'm so glad you're here. Now we got it. That's your ass. That's your... Hey, wait a minute. Hey, brother, what are you doing? And Eye Patch... Remember that shit, brother, you was talking in the brothel? Dracarys. And he whispered the words, and his brother's eyes got like 20 times bigger. And I was like, for a second, I thought he was trying to sizzle both of them. But it was at this time that Rhaenys had flew out of the picture, and it was just the king who caught the sizzle reel. And that shit was cold as ice. That was cold-blooded. Bang, bang. King Kong ain't got shit on me. That was some Rick James. I'm Rick James, bitch. He sizzled his brother out of the sky, and that shit was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. His brother knew that he had just shown up to get his back, and he just looked and was like, hey, wait a minute, what you doing? Yo, hey, brother. It was like, remember that shit you was talking in the brothel? Dracarys. And he sizzled the shit out of his brother and his dragon. And Cole, Sir Cole, who was down below, seeking shelter from the flames and the fire dripping down on everybody, he saw it. There was no hiding it. And then you just seen that little tiny dragon and flames sizzled down and smacked the trees. And I was like, oh, oh, oh shit. I didn't expect that. And I was like, all right, so now he's going to attack and kill Rhaenys. But he flew and turned around. He let her go. Like, hey, like if you want to bounce, you could bounce. You good with yours. And she turned around and came back. I don't know why. But I guess she was like, I'm here to die. I'm here to finish the job. I'm going to protect this castle and these armies. And she came back and he looked at her and was like, you can get the hands, you know what I'm saying? You can get the hands too. I dealt with him. You get the hands too, you know what I'm saying? So she got the hands. And it was a great loss. And it was a great death. And I think it was the first time we've seen Sir Cole brutalized and minimized on the field, because he was looking around at all the people singed and killed by dragonfire, and for the first time he felt insignificant on this field, because in a dragon fight, men are useless. Men are completely useless. There's nothing they bring to the table. And if it comes down to a fight between dragons, there's nothing an army can do. Nothing. But be put in harm's way and sizzled and turned into glass. So it was at this point where Rhaenys, her dragon got chumped because she flying around looking left and right. And I'm like, you ain't paying attention. You are not paying attention. And the dragon catches her dragon by the throat and starts munching down. And I knew it was going to happen. I knew she wasn't going to survive the episode. I felt it. I felt it. But it was in these moments that Sir Cole, who was the hand of the king, was so loyal. He was like, I gotta go find the king to find out if the king has fallen and he's been slain. And as he walks up, he finds Eye Patch standing over his brother, and he's got his joint out, like he was going to make sure he finished the king off. And as Sir Cole approached, he was like, yes, I'm just checking on the king, just to see how the king is doing. Let me put his dagger in my belt here. Yes, I'm quite sure, he'll be okay. And he just walked away on some cold-blooded shit like Dolph Lundgren from Rocky IV. If he lives, he lives. If he dies, he dies. And that was some cold-blooded shit. That was some Rick James. Cold-blooded. Yes, that was cold-blooded. And I laughed from a good, healthy place. That's the first time that Eye Patch, I was on his side. But then again, don't make fun of your brother at a brothel, bro. You was feeling yourself too much. Your brother protected you. He protected your secrets. He went out and found you when you was living La Vida Loca. When you didn't want to be king, when you didn't know how to be king, he had your back, and you played yourself. You played him, and you made an expense of him. And there was hell to pay. There was a bill to pay, and you had to pay the bill, and you ended up paying it. So sprinkle, sprinkle, sizzle, sizzle, pop, pop, fizzle, fizzle. You caught it. So I just got finished watching tonight's episode. It's Sunday, episode 5, and there was a lot of talking, a lot of expository, and it was called Regent. This episode was called Regent. And basically, Rhaenyra is learning that she has to stand on her own. She can't depend on Daemon, even though he's out there trying to get an army, and this is what she thinks he's trying to do. He turned his cell phone off. He turned the ringers off. He turned the ravens down. He ain't feeling her, and he ain't feeling her words. Like, the last time he talked to her, he was like, look, I'm on your side, but we gotta do something. We gotta get on this, because, you know what I'm saying, Vhagar gonna mess with us up, and honey, it ain't gonna be me. Like, I ain't trying to be out here dying, pop, pop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is. Like, I ain't trying to be out here like that. And she's doing her thing and crying and pouting and brooding, which she just been doing this entire season. And I feel him on that. So he went out and was like, look, I got to handle some biz. You do you. I'm going to do me. She was like, wait, are you jealous? Like that I'm queen, that I was named queen? Because by rights, his brother should have chose Daemon. I'm sorry. He was a warrior. He was strength. They're talking about his mindset wasn't right. Rhaenyra's mindset, she didn't have the experience that Daemon had. Daemon may have been foolhardy and he may have been impulsive and impetuous when it comes to his actions. But on the same token, he also knew the best way to protect that kingdom, and he was loyal to his brother. Remember, he smelled the cup and knew about the poison. He has yet to voice that to anyone. Remember, he smelled the cup. He knew of the poison. He knew his brother was poisoned and has yet to voice that to anyone, including Rhaenyra. Don't know why he's holding on to that. But clearly this entire season he has been fighting with his own demons. Daemon Targaryen and the Chamber of Secrets. That's the Harry Potter movie I want to see. But this entire episode, they're going bouncing around back and forth. And Alicent, freak of the week Alicent, because she's just been freaky deaky. I can't hate on her freakness. She just likes to get what she want when she want it, and she was freaking Cole every which way but Saturday, and Cole was with Rhaenyra first. Like Cole has been pimped out to the entire houses, to everyone's houses, the Greens, the Targaryens. Cole has been anywhere and everywhere. That boy got more miles on him than a 1985 Buick Skylark. Anyway, Alicent sees this time and was just like, my son is not going to regain consciousness right now, and we're left with no leader. We're left leaderless. This is my time to step in, and I ran this kingdom once. I can certainly do it again. But the hour is later than you anticipate, Alicent. Much later. For the winds have blown in a different direction. And that was funny because at the table she was like, well, I will. They was like, have you chosen somebody to seat in the king's absence? And she was like, yeah, me. And everybody at the table was like, he just turned and looked at, and they were just like, yeah. So I like where you're going with that. That's a great idea. But we're going to come at it from a different angle. You see, because they're out there, we're at war, and it's a different time. And we're perceived as weak and punk-ass bitches if you're leading us. So we don't want to be perceived as punk-ass bitches. He got Vhagar. He's been putting business down. He's killed 3 dragons. And he's taking out people left and right. He's seen as a symbol to fear. And people know not to mess with him. So what is really a stronger symbol for us right now? You know what I'm saying? Alicent, the freak of the week, or gigantic ass Vhagar with eye patch, on top of him. And she was just like, okay. Surely my people here don't agree with you. How about you? I'm going with eye patch. I want to walk away from this. I got some lands and some people. I'm going with patch. And then she was just like, well, surely the dude who was touching himself to my feet would be in my corner. And that was freaky because Littlefinger there, like I said, there's some scenes we don't need to see. Him and the foot we didn't need to see any of that. And she was like, well, clearly he has my back because, me and him go back to the, the foot scene and the weird chambers. Alicent is a freak. And he was like, Yeah, so foot jobs aside, I'm gonna go with Eye Patch. He's next in command. He's putting it down. He's handling business. I'm sorry, Allison. I'm going with him. And then she was just like, I can't believe you sons of bitches. I can't believe y'all. Y'all really gonna do this to me? I'm King Kong. It kind of made me think of Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke in that scene where he's in the hood and he thought the hood had his back. Like, oh y'all gonna turn on me? I put cases on all of y'all. Y'all be in Pelican Bay playing basketball in Pelican Bay. King Kong ain't got shit on me. And he's looking around looking for anybody to get his back. No, the hour is later than you know. So finally, she was just like, well, if there's one person in the room that has my back, it's my freak of the leak. Because he still got my smell all over his face. You know what I'm saying? He been in my bed chambers. You know what I'm saying? He be on his knees. I got him. He is my boy, Sir Kristen Cole. Right, Kristen Cole? We gonna run this. We gonna run this. Right, Cole? Hey, Cole. Cole. Cole? Cole, not you too. And Cole was like, yeah, so what we've been doing behind closed doors is good. Don't get me wrong, it's good. But I want to live, you know what I'm saying? And I saw what he did to the king. I was there. Like, I saw what he did to your son, the king. And that's his blood. What do you think he gonna do to me? I just saw what dragons do to people on the field. I saw that firsthand. I'm going with him. And she looked around at the room and everybody in unison was just like, and she sat down like, and I laughed. I laughed so hard. Sit your ass down, Allison. And just like that, the power shifted to Eye Patch. He picked up that ball, started spinning it around in the bowl, which is so, I think it's like ASMR at this point. Spinning that little ball in that bowl is just so pleasing for some reason. I don't know why, but spinning that little stone marble in the bowl, I'm going crazy watching it. And he starts to handle business. Literally, he just starts handling business. And I'm like, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And the episode ends with Rhaenyra and her son learning that they need dragons. If they can't have one dragon to defeat Vhagar, maybe a bunch of dragons, and finding some dragon riders to jump Vhagar will help them. After all, this is a dragon fight, and that's what it's going to come down to. And now we're talking. But I kind of wish they had done this episodes ago, because we're coming down to the back half of the season soon, and I wanted more. I want more dragon fights. That's what I signed up for. I want more dragon fights. This is House of the Dragons. We saw dragons. I want more dragon fights, and this is what we're here for. So by episode 5, we're starting to amp up, and I'm liking it. Like, it was a slow burn, but now we're here, and I like it. And it's enjoyable. It's enjoyable. So what do we give the first 5 episodes here in the Game Dojo? House of the Dragon, Season 2. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, no surprises. It's a platinum series. It's a platinum series. It is a platinum series. All they have to do is stick the landing. Stick. All they have to do is stick the landing. That's all you have to do at this point. Stick the landing and keep it going. I understand that, you know, some stuff has to be expository and there has to be some talking. You have to suss out the stories. But sometimes I just get bored with the talking and the expository. I know it has to happen. The first couple of episodes of Game of Thrones, when they were just introducing everybody and they were introducing characters and houses, bro, those scenes were brutal to get through, but once you got through, it picked up and got better. It ran with the ball. But we're here now. We've already run with the ball. So I understand you guys got to do some expository, but, you know, hurry that shit along. I want to get to the point of dragons on dragons. Can we get some flashbacks to Below. I'm just going to say this. There was a ginormous dragon whose shadow eclipsed the lands when it flew over. Can we get some flashbacks to this dragon so that we can get a sheer size of scope of what it makes no sense to have a series called House of the Dragon and not speak of one of the biggest, grandest dragons that's ever walked the earth. Daemon's brother even rode him at one time. The king rode him. We need to see him in a flashback, in a scene somehow in here. Mighty B. Cardi B. Mighty B. Anyway, yeah, so the platinum is what we have so far. Whether the rating will go down or up depends on the back half of the season. But yeah, we out here. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, House of the Dragon. We are here, season 2. I'm still waiting to see what the second season of Lord of the Rings is going to be like. I liked season 1. A lot of people didn't, but I don't care. I like what I like. I'm going to watch what I watch. I enjoyed it. It was beautiful to watch. It was an amazing story to see. And House of the Dragon is here. I don't like the week-to-week thing. I love the binge watch, but it is what it is. But yeah, here we are. Another episode down, another week down, House of the Dragon. We are on episode 5 already. And if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend watching episodes 1 through 5. Binge watch them if you haven't already. If you haven't seen season 1, go watch season 1. And there has been a lot more action, some time jumps, a lot of time jumps, but there's been way more actions in season 1 than there is season 2. There's been a lot more dragons in this season fight-wise, but in season 1, you know, they had more screen time. And I think they need to have more screen time in this one. We need to see what they're capable of. We need to see the thought and the smartness, because the dragons are smart. We need to see how, well, I guess we're going to see. So we're going to wait and reserve judgment till the end of the season. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, House of the Dragon, we're back. Let me stop before I mess myself up live on camera. It's a beautiful dragon dagger, though, ain't it? Ain't it beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. I know. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, thank you for joining me here in the Game Dojo. Thank you guys for making my channel for what it is. Thank you for joining 24K. I'll see you next time, next show. We're not going to do every single last week. Like I said, we're going to do them like maybe every 5 episodes or so, because we're not doing this week by week when it comes to TV series. We'd rather give you a chunk. That way we have a full volume of the story to have a bigger picture and more of a sandwich to bite onto, which to tell you. We can't do nothing with the taste, but with a sandwich, we can give you a good gist of that sandwich, what it tastes like, what's in it, what we got. Till next time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, take care of yourself and each other. I'll see you next time. We got a lot more coming for you. Stay tuned.